So I think it's useful to think of the mind a little bit like a still pool of water. Each new thought is a bit like a stone being thrown into the water, creating ripples on the surface. So the mind's surface is in just the same way, covered in ripples. It's always moving. Okay, so that's why we don't have a genuine sense of ease. That's why we always feel stressed, because of that constant movement. The movement means that we also don't have any clarity. We can't really see the mind clearly. So the first part of the meditation is about providing the right conditions for those ripples to settle a little bit. Once the ripples have settled and there's a sense of calm, then you have clarity. Then you can see what's going on in the mind. You can see the emotions more clearly, how you're actually feeling. Yeah, a lot of the time we're so caught up in the thoughts that we don't even really see. We're not aware of why and how we feel the way we do. So once we've got that clarity, what that enables us to do, that's like looking into the pool of water and you see your reflection and you see it clearly. It's not always exactly what we want to see and what we'd like to see. Yeah, sometimes we see things in the water, an old traffic cone, a shopping trolley, those things that have been there for quite a little while, getting rusty, that we haven't really paid attention to. But those are the things that we need to see, and we need to see them in order to let go of them. So having let go of them, you feel a little lighter. It's like a bit of a weight off the shoulders. So that's just as big a part of the process as settling the mind. Okay, so I think one of the hardest things when you come to meditation is getting the effort right. So pretty much everything that you would have done in your life, you'll have got as a result of trying or doing. Okay, so normally we have this idea that the harder we try, the better the result's going to be. If you apply the same idea to meditation, you're going to be really, really frustrated. It's a little bit like trying to go to sleep or trying to relax. Yeah, you can't make yourself fall asleep and you can't make yourself relax. It's something that happens. So I think an easy way of understanding this is maybe to look at an analogy of breaking in a wild horse. So you can have 6-8 guys try and pin down that horse in one place and it'll just kick free. Yeah, the mind is exactly the same. Yeah, you can't expect the mind to simply sit there because you're sitting down doing something called meditation. It will kick free in the same way. If you think how that horse man or woman might break in the horse, rather than try and hold them in one place, they'll stick them on the end of a really long rope, on the end of a lunge, and put the horse in a big open space, a big open field. The horse will run round, feels like it's got all the space in the world, doesn't feel like it's on the end of a rope, and very gently the person brings the horse in a little bit. Horse hardly notices a difference, runs around a little more, and each time just bringing it in slowly, slowly. And in just the same way, we're going to do that with the mind. So bringing it into a place where it feels comfortable, resting in one place. They say before you start to meditate, it's a little bit like sitting on the side of a road with a blindfold on. Okay, so you're sitting there, the cars are going past, but you can't really see what's around you. So it feels a little bit unpleasant, there's a lot of background noise, but you don't really know what it is. So when you start to meditate, it's a little bit like taking the blindfold off, and you then see the cars more clearly. The cars are the thoughts, that's the traffic in the mind, that's the background noise. When you first see that, instinctively, what you want to do is jump up out of your seat and run out into the road and start trying to control the traffic. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to see that many thoughts in the mind. But actually that's the last thing you want to do. And in fact, that's what most people are doing most of the day, 24/7, out in the traffic, trying to control all the cars. And that's the bit that's tiring. That's why you get stressed. Meditation is more about stepping back, sitting on the side of the road and holding your seat. So it's more in the way that you relate to the traffic that's passing, rather than actually trying to be proactive and do something about it. So it's really important to understand that thoughts will always come. Sometimes they come very frequently, sometimes not so often. It doesn't matter too much, actually. It's more with that idea of just letting them come and go. Now, the flow of traffic, yeah, that's autonomous. You don't control the flow of traffic. When you're walking down the street and the thought suddenly pops into your mind, yeah, you didn't bring that to mind. It just came to mind. So with the same idea, when you sit there, it's recognizing that the flow of thought, you don't control it. If you could control it, then you wouldn't get stressed. So it's allowing yourself the time to just sit there and be comfortable, to be at ease with that passing traffic.